Learning Curve Podcast.
I think that was a
Are we ready, Damian? Ready. Woo! All right, we're back at Learning Curve. Today, we're going to start with a segment that I'm going to dub Millennials Judge Gen Z. Or
Millennials Judge Gen Z? Okay.
Yeah. So, I know he doesn't know what this is. Daniel, I don't know. Do you know who this girl is? The one I have up here? Are you familiar? Oh, okay. This is great. So, a little backstory. This is the hottest viral meme in the country right now. Possibly
right
the
now.
internet. The internet.
Right now.
Okay? It is taking the internet by storm. Like, a meme hasn't done this since maybe Purple Rain guy from back in the day. Okay?
Okay.
It's on every platform. There's songs about it.
Songs about it?
Yes.
I haven't seen songs since like What in Your Butt.
Yes. What
Okay.
in your butt? That's 2008. Okay. I know because I actually brought that song up in my office a couple days ago. I sang that right. But anyway,
Okay.
what in your butt? That's funny. Okay. Anyway,
go ahead.
this is the Huckta girl.
Huckta girl. Okay. I've never heard of this girl at all.
Giving me a Huckta.
Huckta. Okay.
Okay. Ready?
You gotta answer this. You gotta.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that huck to and spit on that thing. You get me?
So is these people like responding to her?
I
Is
Yeah,
that, like, the
that's her
main-
boyfriend.
That's her. Who's the boyfriend? The black guy or the
No,
guy?
the black guy is the guy who does like interviews.
To and spit on that thing. You get me?
So
This girl's going viral for her out-of-pocket dating advice.
yes. So that's the whole thing, right? The Huckta.
Huckta. So is that it? Is it
Yeah.
just
So the
about-
Huckta
It's about
is
spitting on
huge
dick?
now. Huge. Right. Huge.
I mean, she's a cute girl,
Yeah. Yeah.
and her advice is solid. Solid advice. I thought we were supposed to be shitting on millennials, on Gen Z. Like what?
I just want to get your
There-
opinion on the Huckta girl. You know what is that?
I'd smash. Yeah, 100%. 100% smash.
So the reason I don't even know it went huge. It's like one of those like weird things that just people catch on to.
It's just like the funniness of the.
Yeah, because it's so like
You know what it
there's a
sounds
way
like?
to spell it now, right?
Huckta.
Huckta is spelled
yeah.
Huckta. Joe
Oh,
Rogan
she has
has
viral fame.
Yeah.
It's freestyling.
I love it. There's songs about her. So there's a full
This girl's going viral.
wait. There's a full interview on it. Use your Swifty.
So
There's a big movement about this, by the way. Guys that interview, like, there's a whole thing now where guys interview girls like on a Saturday night and like these busy. Like,
yeah, I've seen a lot of this.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of these videos.
No.
I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of the videos because a lot of the questions are not even interesting and borderline like fuck you, like who the fuck, like that's a great, like we're having fun out here, but like there's also like the guy is clearly just trying to using this as a venue to hook up with the girl. I'm like, okay, fine, like I don't need to see your horniness as a real.
Yeah.
That's how.
That's a huge thing.
That
though.
but is that your move, Gen Z? Let me do a reel to fucking hook up with girls. Like, come on.
Does it work? Though?
That's me shitting on Gen Z.
Gen Z.
For like the 5 guys that do it, yeah, maybe.
I mean, there's a lot of guys that do it. So this guy's got one of the better ones. I think the original guy. I can't remember the original guy. Right. So.
What language was that?
It was covered by some, I don't know, Bengali, Indian, probably.
Oh, I know that. I've seen this girl.
This girl, yeah, she's pretty badass.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to kind of roll
But
you
I see
through.
a lot of that stuff, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's like, you know what it is with these videos? A lot of them are just like, they're meant to make men depressed. Because they're like, oh, what's your ick? Pokemon cards. If you have an ick to Pokemon cards, don't fucking talk to me.
Now, well,
Don't fucking talk to me.
I'm gonna tell you,
okay? Or,
I don't know,
or
you're
Pokemon
creating-
Go.
Nobody's ever said that. First of all,
No, there is. Like,
Oh.
do the icks. Pokemon ick.
Let me check it out. But I wanted to.
But
just,
it fucks with guys' self-esteem. So these videos are like once in a while they'll be entertaining, but a lot of them are just bullshit to me.
I think so. This whole thing, there's this whole. Are you familiar with what Riz is?
I know what Riz is. Yes.
Okay.
I'm familiar with the Riz.
Okay.
I don't
With-
have
with
it,
the- with the
but
kid-
I know what it is.
This is what the kids, all right, what the young people's call. It's basically your game. What we used to call game,
yeah.
right? But now it's called Riz.
Riz.
right?
Yeah.
And with Riz comes all these.
I think Riz is slightly different than game.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it's the same
Game
thing.
is like your ability to get a girl, while Riz is like your ability to attract a girl. Does that make sense? It's a small distinction. But I'm pedantic about language.
I feel like
that.
Riz is
What
just...
does Webster's dictionary say about Riz?
Let's look up
Okay,
Riz.
what is Webster's dictionary? Because now we have to.
So I think
if we're gonna be
Riz is just game. Riz is like essentially, your pickup line. It's a combination of pickup line and swag and game. That's like
swag,
Riz.
I can see it being
Right?
more like
What
swag.
is Riz? Urban
Damn,
Dictionary.
That's a callback. Jesus.
Here we go. Riz.
I said Webster. This is Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, Webster's
I
not gonna
want
have
a
it.
valid source.
Another word for spitting game. How good you or with pulling and sustaining bitches. Are you from Tennessee? Because you the only 10 I see.
Okay, that's swag. That's definitely swag.
All right. New York City slang created by Twitch streamer and YouTuber named Kai Cenat. Oh, I didn't know he did
okay,
that.
can Gen Z have real fucking names? Doesn't Kai Cent?
Cenat.
Sanat? Is that?
So he's that guy that got arrested. You know who he is?
No idea, and I don't care, and don't tell me. Moving on. I don't even
He's
know.
actually really funny.
Yeah, well, I don't need to know about these youngsters.
There's a lot of these guys now, as I learned. So
Can you guys stop copying each other and just come up with something original?
that is original. He came up with his own word, Riz. Let's see if it's on the actual
No,
dictionary.
not the word, but I mean just like content-wise.
Well, content now, it's all about the creators. It used to be like they took Twitch from just you watching games to then there was you talking to then there was real life Twitch where like it was just you living your
And
life.
there was a bunch of hot girls who had OnlyFans on the side. Yeah.
Yes, that was it too because
That's my favorite era of Twitch. Yes,
But now these content creators is just like you're just watching them live their life. As real as you know what I mean?
how things always like go back to how it was? Do you remember Justin TV?
Justin TV, yes.
Okay, that was the original guy who was streaming just his life.
Just his life, yes.
Just his life, okay?
Yes. Like he would eat cereal.
So these
go to
guys,
work,
these youngsters who are like just biting Justin, doing their
But they don't even
and
know who Justin TV is. Justin
Well,
TV was the original
You know
place.
that became Twitch.
Justin TV was Twitch?
Became Twitch, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. 100%.
So it is in the dictionary, by the way. Noun, attractiveness, charm, or skill in flirtation that allows one to easily attract romantic or sexual partners.
I lost all my riz, but I think it's a sign to so focus on school. I respect that. I respect that. I can also relate very much to that sentence.
Well, what I love, though,
Okay.
there's a lot of things I do not love about Gen Z, okay? Laundry list. I'm like that angry old guy. But what they've done with social media and content is really freaking interesting and fun.
Okay.
They've done callbacks to things they don't even know about. Like they've brought back reality TV essentially. Like real.
That's not a good thing. I
think
hated that era. That was a shitty era in humanity.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay?
Jersey Shore was not a shitty era.
That was a shitty era.
It was hilarious.
That was a shitty era. Oh my god, Jersey Shore.
hilarious.
No, it wasn't. If you want to bring it back, because I'm a little bit older than you. I'm more of a.
You real world.
I'm a zennial.
Real rules.
No. Well, kind of. It's more, what is it? Real world.
Real world. Yeah.
Real world, yeah.
Yeah. I came in at the
And
Real
MTV.
Rules.
And then you guys fucked it up. You 3 years younger than me. Fucking, what's his face? Carlson.
Carson Daly?
Daly Carson.
Daly.
Carson Daly. You know, look him up. He looks old as fuck.
Carson Daly?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kinda, like, he became an old man. And so did I. Like, look at that.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
he-
This is what I remember as
That's
Carson
what I
Daly.
remember him as, and that's
Yes.
what he is now.
This guy.
Like he grew up.
Damn, he kind of looks like the dad from Roseanne a little bit. What's
Kind of looks like you if you shaved.
No, what's that's hurtful.
Learning Curve Podcast.
Talking about how old we are. So here we found Carson Daly on the AARP website.
That's insanity.
So
I
I no longer like this conversation because now I'm very aware of my mortality and my age.
Yeah, that's a scary thing.
Jesus
I made
Christ.
I made a joke at recently. I don't remember where I was. I said life alert. I said life alert, and they had no idea what it was. And I was like, there was commercials. And they're like, no, there
I've
wasn't.
fallen and I can't get
Yeah,
down.
I fall and I can't get up. I said
Yeah,
that and completely over.
No, they're not going to understand that.
No.
Plus, that's cruel. They're like, an old person fell down, and they're like, they don't have their phone?
Yeah.
Talk about a
Dude, horrible.
A device
horrible
that
when,
was replaced.
when you come up with a joke that you think is recent and they're like, yeah, no, it's such a horrible feeling. You're like, what do you mean?
Oh, do you know what they refer to us as?
Well, they say boomers, but that's
No,
incorrect.
no, no,
'cause
no,
we're just
no,
like not boomers.
No, that's just a way of pissing us off. They know that it pisses us off. But whenever I talk to somebody who's born in the 2000s, they refer to anybody born before the 2000 as born in the 1900s. We're from the 1900s.
That's annoying. That's infuriating.
But they're not wrong,
Right.
right?
Right.
And I'm 80. I'm in the 80s of,
Right.
the 1900s. You're in
87, yeah.
Yeah. We're in the 1900s.
Yeah. But it's infuriating that
late-
it's so close. Like if you said that,
they call it the late 1900s.
I mean, there's people like my grandmother that were born in the 40s. So I mean, no, sorry, the 30s.
In the 30s, but if they were born in 1890, it'd be a different thing. They'd be like 1800s. 1800s hits different, doesn't it?
That does hit different.
Than
That does hit
1900s.
different. I mean, they ruin a lot of things, which is what segue into what I wanted to ask you. So I've recently I stress game. Okay.
You should also stress eat, but okay.
Shut the fuck up. I do not do that. Put my
Okay.
laptop right here. All right. So I did a little stress gaming leading up to the wedding. A lot of stress gaming. And I realized that there's a trend in gaming right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Specifically in any kind of mainstream competitive game.
Mm-hmm.
Not like your single player, multiplayer games. Cheating. Cheating in gaming is at a crazy level now. Mostly because now the markets have been globalized and Russia and China found out that you could make some money selling cheats to American kids.
You can also make money cheating. That's why it's very popular, yeah.
Yes, right? I don't remember cheating being this predominant or this pervasive in our generation, one. And then two, AI cheats and all that kind of stuff is taking cheating to a ridiculous level.
Yeah, it's really hard to catch cheating. It's really hard to
Really
catch
hard.
cheating. Yeah.
Now it's just like endless cat and mouse game. Now, I almost feel like they just ruined gaming for themselves. Like those games feel ruined.
I
to
mean,
me.
you look at the gaming industry right now, it's in free fall. It's in free fall. Like people are not gaming or they're still playing the same one game from 20 years ago.
A lot of those studios are laying people off.
They're gone. The only company that has managed to have any sort of growth is Nintendo. But Nintendo's not about the competition. Except maybe Mario Kart. I've cut a bitch for Mario Kart, right? But this problem is not a Gen Z problem. I got turned off from gaming, and it wasn't just the cheating. It's the culture. If you have a toxic culture, cheating is a drop in the bucket. And it's been going on since, when was I in college? The early 2000s.
No, but I could deal with
the early 2000s.
I could deal with toxic gaming culture.
But it's the same
'Cause
thing.
you could always
If you're
mute
a
them,
piece-
you could always-
If you're okay with being a piece of shit
Right.
online and you tolerate that behavior, then what's adding cheating to that? It's nothing.
It's not. It's another drop in the bucket.
It's
right.
another drop in the bucket.
Right.
So I have no sympathy for people. You
But
guys
the access to cheats was harder.
I don't
back
care.
then.
You guys fucked up the I believe in like honor and like fairness and all this shit.
Yep.
That shit was already fucked up years ago. You want me to feel sympathy for you? Fuck you. You already drove me out of gaming years ago. That's why I still play Pokemon.
Yeah,
And then people still cheating in that.
I know.
But the
it's
stakes are so low, so I don't give a shit.
For me, I do because I've been playing the same games.
Well,
for
maybe you
20
shouldn't have
something
used
years.
the N word back in the 90s.
I did not use the N word in the 90s.
What was before? Everybody used the N word in the 90s because of rap when it came out.
Okay, first of all, no, no. All right, you're assuming that it's like the hard R.
No.
Okay, never.
But it wasn't the hard R. It wasn't the hard. We're New Yorkers, first of all. We got a late 90s pass.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll have to talk to the.
But the N word
NAACP
did
about
not
that.
ruin gaming. I mean, I don't know. Like,
Oh, I think that ruined gaming for me a long time ago. The peak gaming for me was the LAN centers.
yeah,
Because it was you're in the same spot.
Yes.
And you have this like camaraderie, and you're playing other. You're
well,
playing
it was
other
like the
people.
4-player gaming when
Yeah.
you played Nintendo 64 and you had the game.
Right, right, and
Once
then
you
there was
took
a piece
away,
of-
I noticed something, and that this happened to competitive gaming. And that's
You actually
specifically-
were a competitive gamer for a little bit.
I
You
was,
actually
yeah.
was like in the league.
That was
yeah.
semi-pro. I actually got paid. Well,
Yeah.
Technically,
you were
professional.
Like,
The
you
early
were,
professional.
You were like, yeah. You were like,
Yeah.
You played enough, and you traveled to different states. You were like, you're a forefather.
Yeah.
Of that shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
I made money very little money in comparison to today by winning tournaments and getting sponsored. So, yes. Now, when I revisit that game, which was Counter-Strike, by the way, back in the day, it is unrecognizable to me. Like, because there's so much money in there, corporate money, but I go to play for fun now, and it's like, there is no value in the time I spent. It is so devalued because if I have limited time, I'm not a kid anymore. I can't play for 6 hours a day or how I used to play, which is like 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
If I have 2 hours and I get a cheater in one game out of those 2 hours, you complete, like, it's already a waste of time.
Yeah.
Now you're making me feel like just a giant piece of shit waste of time. You know what I mean?
Yep. I think
and it makes you feel horrible.
I think there's a trend that I think people are so sick of that they're playing more single player games.
Yeah.
I get a sense of that, or at least games that have a single player option. There was a time when I remember when we played like at LAN centers and stuff, like there was shit talking, and then at a certain point that shit talking evolved into straight up bullshittery fuckery, and I didn't want to deal with it anymore.
Right.
And I think you recognized it because I detached completely.
Yeah.
I never even went semi-pro.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm not dealing with this shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but there was an honesty to the in-person interactions.
There's an honest, like if you shit talk me to my face, that hits different than some anonymous person.
Correct.
On the thing.
And the anonymous shit talking goes to another level.
Yeah. You know when I think it started?
There's certain boundaries that people won't cross in person.
I think
at least most of the time.
I think I have a point in my memory where I can sense the decline, right? Because the internet in gaming was like, oh, this is cool, dude. We played Command and Conquer on dial-up. Remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking peak.
Yeah.
And then Halo 3 came out.
Oh, Halo was a phenomenon.
Halo was a great game. Remember,
specifically because you could link up the Xbox.
Exactly. With Halo 1. And
Yeah.
then I think it was Halo 3 that had Xbox Live connectivity.
Yes.
And Xbox
With the
Live
sword.
with the sword, but also with voice chat.
Yes.
And it was never the same since.
No. And Call of Duty took it to the next. I saw that as well.
By the time Call of Duty came out, it was already too late for me.
See, for me, it was weird because I really stopped gaming, like just generally playing any games for like Nintendo games all in the early 90s, 2000s.
Nintendo games, yes, but
Right.
computer games, you were...
No, but I played the same games. Like I pretty much played Counter-Strike, I played Dota. Over the
StarCraft.
last 20, 25 years.
World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft, right?
Command and Conquer Generals. Command and Conquer
With
2.
you, yes. But I'm not the kind of guy that just has a Steam profile of 30, 40 games.
Yeah.
You know, I don't just game for funsies.
You only play the same game over and over again.
Yeah, I like the getting better.
I mean, you're
aspect of
so
it.
old, you played Dota when it was still a mod.
Yeah, when it was
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, definitely. So, my fun thing that I stayed with gaming was not gaming for the funsies of it, because the whole whimsical like playing Zelda thing, I just could not do anymore.
Have you played Breath of the Wild? That bitch is a fun ass game. Fuck you.
I'm not saying they're not fun. I'm not saying they're not fun.
Okay.
I was more addicted to the being able to improve at something and just getting better at it. You know, the replayability of something that it became. That was like that's what I stuck with. That's been ruined because there is no sense in me playing a game to get better. Even with limited time, I still enjoyed getting a little bit better. You know, the getting better thing goes right out the window when 50% of everybody's cheating. Like it just doesn't. You never know where you are. You have no gauge.
That's true. And we had this issue. We ran into a lot of cheaters during the our Command and Conquer.
Yeah, it ruined it for us.
It basically ruined it for it because you couldn't really have a solid game or
every other game where they were cheating.
And if it's not the cheaters, we have the griefers, the people who disconnect in the thing, and like it started.
FIFA was notorious for that.
It started,
or the abusers of some stupid
like glitch, intentionally slowing down the internet to get an advantage, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the cheating for me is just a continuation of the bullshit that has made me disconnected from gaming.
Yeah.
Right. And that is not. I don't think it's a problem that the companies can solve. They have certain ways of getting around it. They have like if you catch you cheating, they put you in a cheater-only server. But they have to catch you, and there's like hardware cheats now.
Yeah,
you can just put AI in a fucking mouse or the monitor.
Yeah. But major companies are selling monitors now with essentially cheats on them. They're like, oh, it's for visually impaired people. I'm like, you're basically building cheats into monitors.
So they're destroying the
competitive integrity is destroyed of games.
The integrity of gaming has been destroyed forever. The competitive, and this is just the last nail of the the coffin. Whereas we've gotten so shitty with the culture of it that there's no sense in competing anymore.
No, which is a shame because
It is a shame.
Like that competitive itch, it's like the competitive itch that even just Magic, playing Magic,
Yeah,
if you eliminate, the second somebody at the table is just like cheating at the game, you're like, oh, come on, guys. Like,
Exactly. Or the guy who flips over the table when he's losing. Shit
Yes.
like that.
yeah. And as you get
what's
older, you
interesting?
can't play sports to do that
You
anymore,
know
right?
what's interesting? I think the decline in video games, I've seen maybe not exactly like a correlation, but I've seen an increase in people interested in board games. There's like people who are just like board game aficionados. I
Yeah,
do a
the
lot
whole-
of board game nights with my friends and stuff. People don't want people don't want to deal with the bullshit. People that I know, at least, you do more with the competitive and social
Yep.
aspect of it. With me, everyone that I interact with and talk to about gaming, they're all solo gamers. There's one or two who do the Call of Duties, and I make fun of them for it because they're like 50 years old. I'm like, why are you playing Call of Duty 25? Like, come on.
Yeah, I think it just scratched the competitive itch of it, and it's been like a habit. Like, also, my other problem is that you build friends that, a lot of times you're gaming with people from Wisconsin and like all these different
I
places.
remember those days.
You know what I mean?
The early days of that were
WoW
really
had a little
cool.
bit of that when we built that little
We
bit.
made actual friends on
Yeah,
WoW.
yeah.
And then I got
You know?
diabetic and lost my job and lost
Definitely
my
that.
will to live. I mean,
Well, this is why I stay
The-
away from gaming as well.
you
There's
know,
definitely the physical side
between
effects.
crack and WoW, I choose the crack because that was bad. That was bad addiction. Wow.
It is. But to me, it became akin to going to the park with your friends and playing basketball because I can't do that physically anymore,
Yeah, you can't.
right? But even before the weight, it was impossible.
Are you
for
sure
me.
you got up the stairs okay?
No, dude. Before. Listen, I'm not that fat. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but your knees are that fucked up.
Yes. I don't have a good comeback to that. I wish I did. Everything you do is just hurting me, okay? It hurts.
That's not on me. That's just your body, man. Your body just hurts all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it is sad. I don't know how to fix it. I can shit on young people. But really, like, I saw it happening during, as we got older and these new shit got old, and I was sick of their bullshit. If you're a gamer who's 35 and younger, I'm sick of your bullshit.
Well,
Or not even 35, I'm 40. If you're my age and younger and you're still gaming and you were part of all that shit, you were part of the problem.
it's just that there is the culture now eliminated the whole honor of it now. There is no.
There was honor long gone.
It is, but
I mean,
now,
I have a higher standard for honor, but
now it's like, when you have YouTube stars in that game that are just
oh,
promoting
they
ways
really
to cheat.
fucked it up. What was that famous gamer that was kind of a douche? He was like the figurehead for competitive gaming. He had his own video card for a bit.
Ninja?
I think it was Ninja.
Oh, no,
or
before that.
maybe before
Fatality?
No, maybe Fatality.
Fatality was Quake.
Keep giving me names.
Somebody
was
Dr.
a-
Disrespect.
He's a kid diddler, by the way.
Okay.
You know
Use the computer. Google it.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Daniela's got a fucking perfect idea. Who are you looking for? You're not talking about Fatality? Fatality was the original OG competitive gamer. Ninja?
Professional game. Maybe it was Ninja. How to become a pro gamer. Highest paid.
You talking about the original guys?
Geez. Original. Yeah, the original guys. Because I remember I remember when we found out, like, you can make money gaming. Oh, shit.
List of esports players. Who was the first
that's
pro
very
gamer?
generous.
Oh, Dennis Fong, Thresh, the Quake series,
Maybe.
97. The first recorded professional gamer in 97. Wow. I remember that game too. Quake was insane.
Quake was a good game. Quake was a really good game. I think it was Ninja. I think it was Dr. Disrespect, by the way. He's in the news. Doctor.
Recently?
Yes.
What do you do now?
News. Which.
12 hours ago, okay.
Yeah.
By his game,
like,
axed by his gaming company. What did he do? Why he's banned?
he got banned from Twitch and he got axed because they found text messages, inappropriate text messages with a minor.
Pedophilia. The age old.
So-
They always give in to the pedophilia.
That's dude. Like,
Yo,
but look at the picture.
It's always that young ass that gets you.
Dr. Disrespect. So he was after my time. So he's 42. He was after my time. He's like
He's older than you.
He's older than me. But look at that. Like, you look like you're telling me there was honor when this guy was in there?
Now,
He got
how long
popular?
has he been famous for? He's recent though, right? I know he's old. He's 42, but he wasn't famous when we were,
I
right?
don't know. I mean, you knew his name. I didn't know.
Check his Wikipedia.
Check his Wikipedia.
Go back. Yeah, go back to that. The one right before that, right there. Just click his Wikipedia. Wikipedia link up to the right. You don't know how to Google?
No.
Click the button that says Wikipedia.
Okay. That's where it says Wikipedia.
Jesus
I
Christ.
left my glasses at my brother's.
Go down 42. I want to see when his
Career.
career.
Here's your career. YouTube 2010.
2011. Yeah, so it's very recent.
Dude, it's 2020. That's 14 years ago.
Recent. When we were gaming, it was before that. He wasn't around before that.
He wasn't around. Yeah, he was around. So for us, it was more. He joined Justin TV, which later became Twitch.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay.
So yeah. So I mean, he was a byproduct of the shit that was coming. Like, he's just the inevitable outcome of all the bullshit that led me away from it.
Damn.
And then it became, because I remember Ninja, Fatality were like these personalities, and like being the asshole was the and this is and this goes to like my general issue with like Major League Sports. People are just okay with the asshole as long as they're winning. There's no honor in that for me. Right?
Okay.
Like
I like the
sportsmanship and the love of the game. Remember that? Remember the love of the game? Remember that's what basketball was about?
Yeah, but there's
right?
also an aspect of trash talking that's entertaining. People that are actively doing just to be entertaining.
Yes, but at a certain point, when I'm trash talking with my friends versus trash talking on a public venue to people who look up to me, I do think you have a responsibility. Like Charles Barkley once said, like, I'm no role model. No, you are. If you have that many eyeballs on you, and you have little kids who are looking up to you and they want to be like you, yeah, you have a responsibility to not be a shithead.
You also have a responsibility not to fuck them, apparently.
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
Well, this tends to happen. I don't know if you notice this. This tends to happen because obviously the most of his fans, the people that he's interacting with, are children.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Exactly.
And it seems like every time
100%.
somebody's fan
100%.
base is all children.
But this is the obvious example of what not to do, but not being a shithead. Like, I remember having an argument with somebody. I don't think it was with you, but I have issues with Conor McGregor. Because he was all about ego and look at me and blah, blah, blah.
But he's in the prize fighting game. That's the point of prize fighting. He's not a martial artist. He's a prize fighter. That's like Mike Tyson's a prize fighter. Prize fighting is what they're in is like people they're not martial artists. They're in prize fighting.
That's still because they have the eyeballs that they do and they make the money that they do.
Right.
It's for me, it's unacceptable because it's still a sport. Is it not a sport? Like,
prize fighting is different.
If it's WWE, this is wrestling, which is drama. It's really just
WWE is just entertainment.
It's just entertainment.
It's all fake.
Then talk shit.
Right.
100%. Talk shit.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think
it's characters though.
It's character.
They're doing character work.
They're doing character work.
But prize fighting is essentially a character work business. It's one of those ones that it's like they blur reality.
You're right.
With,
it's you know what? I'll give you that. It's a character based business.
As opposed to
then have character. They don't have character.
Okay.
Being an asshole is not having character.
It's all character.
No.
Right? If you're playing the heel, it's essentially prize. That's why prize fighting and WWE, if you notice those worlds, and a lot of times the personalities go back and forth. Like a lot of UFC fighters go into WWE and back and forth.
I don't want to see,
because a lot of times it's a character.
I don't want to see your personality disorder. I don't like to watch. This is why I'm turned off.
But does Hulk Hogan have a personality disorder?
That's WWE. That he's an actor.
Right, but how far is WWE? I mean, they're owned by the same company. UFC and WWE are owned by the same company.
That's fine.
That's how close they are.
That's fine by me. But when you're talking about professional sport,
right?
Okay, they're a prize fighter, still a professional sport. Okay, you want to have a character, in something that has skill, sportsmanship, and all that. Then have a character. Because
a heel is a character. Because are you familiar with the term heel?
Then tell me why these people, their character is no different from their regular ass personality. There's no difference between it. They're not playing a character. They have no character. That's the problem. That's my big issue with a lot of sports. And you'll see.
But what if they're purposely doing it like Mayweather or like a Conor McGregor, where they're purposely being the bad guy?
You're telling me Mayweather is not actually a dick? He is actually a dick. He
play. I think
he
that
doesn't play
at
a
some
dick.
point,
He has no character.
At some
He
point,
is
his
actually a
on-screen
dick.
character and his real character blended, and they may have become one and the same. But initially, what he did, because he was boxing for a long time, wasn't that famous. He realized that to get eyeballs on him, he wanted to be the bad guy.
No, what he realized, is that he was winning, and he realized
he was making no money winning,
and he realized he was winning. His ego got to him, and he became and his true character showed. This is what happens when people win the lotto. When people win the lotto, suddenly they become more of themselves. If you're an asshole and suddenly you come into a bunch of wealth and gains, you become more of an asshole because now you have the money to enforce it, to flaunt it, and all that stuff. And that comes from a lack of character, from a lack of genuine fucking character. And I want to see real fucking people. I'm tired of seeing your character. I'm tired of seeing you fucking talk about how strong. I'm like, you know who I like? I like when I see the prize fighters before the fight and they're getting up and like when we're like and they're like actually being like broy with each other, or like one's gonna kiss another on the cheek or whatever, or like one gets really aggressive and the other one kisses him. Like, I find that's funny as fuck, because one is like, that's the guy who's actually has character, and that guy is just a piece of like. There's nothing entertaining about shoving your face into somebody else's face until they get into a corner. There's nothing entertaining about a troll, and I know that. So we're gonna go on to a commercial, but don't be a fucking troll, man. Just have real fucking character. That's it. What today's episode was brought to you by Manny Pacquiao and his lack of character.
Learning Curve Podcast.
Welcome back, and it's been 15 minutes, and Manny Pacquiao has still not kicked my ass. So I feel safe right now.
Can we take that back and try that one more time?
Why? Because
you tripped over.
I tripped over. There. All right. Ready, go. Welcome back, and it's been 15 minutes, and Manny Pacquiao still has not kicked my ass. So I feel good right now. I feel good. I feel safe.
I'm good. I'm glad.
All right.
But if he did, I wouldn't defend you. I'd have to watch.
No, you would take.
I would probably defend you. I would probably defend you. I hit him with a chair or something.
Yeah, but after 15 minutes of you like fucking streaming it live on Instagram, right?
Like, world star.
God. Yeah, world star. Talk about the descent of man, world star.
I might.
Oh my God.
That was.
Let me get rid of that guy. Let's go back to this wholesome, handsome motherfucker here as our screensaver here.
Yeah. No. He was handsome back then. Like his
dad bods are in, man. He's still handsome. Okay.
Well.
Have you seen yourself? If you're gonna shit on him, have you seen? Do you have a mirror, Danny? Because I think he forgets what he looks like.
Listen, if I show you a picture of before and after, there's a precipitous drop off.
I've seen your before.
Precipitous
and this
drop
is your
off.
after.
Precipitous drop off.
Yeah. Good.
Precipitous drop off.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Don't throw stones from your glass window.
Listen.
Glass house, I mean.
It's not a glass house. It's a fat house. Back to the kind of the prize fighting thing and the character thing, right? I was thinking about this a lot lately because I put my daughter in jiu-jitsu.
Oh, she's gonna kick somebody's ass. Nice.
Yeah, she's trying. You know what I mean? She's learning like the skill of it all.
I mean, she has a few inches on Logan. I think she could take him.
Logan will probably be. She's too nice right now, right?
I can see that.
She wants to play as a game, like she's learning. But
I could see her learning how to like put him in a submission.
Yeah,
I could see her using that at one point. Especially when he gets rock and rowdy.
Yeah, she's getting close to that right now. She's so sweet that she just wants to play around and she doesn't squeeze too hard and she'll tap right away and then like she'll purposely give up position. But regardless, she's learning. Love her. It's one of those things where I put her into it. Like she has a choice. She could do all the other activities, but martial arts is not a she has to do the martial arts, and then she gets to pick other activities.
Do you remember?
This is the only one she's forced to do.
So this is something about martial arts. Do you remember back in martial arts? Back in the day, like we talk about martial arts, and martial arts was all about like the honor. Like there was a philosophy behind martial arts.
A lot of woo-woo as well.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
The woo-woo?
The woo-woo.
I think there's a lot wrong with the
What do you think was wrong with the woo-woo?
The woo-woo gave...
Like, give me an example of the woo-woo.
The mystical bullshit, like the touch of death, like the weird, like the little guy who could do these special moves and flip people over, that weird Steven Seagal crap. You know,
yes.
this
Fuck Steven Seagal. He's a piece of shit.
You know, this like love and admiration that people had with like the mystical kung fu warrior, or like, and then you realize that it was all bullshit.
Yes, I agree with that. I saw the video of like the kung fu master fighting in MMA, and he just fucking got rocked.
Yeah,
in like 2 seconds.
Come on, you know.
But I do like
the 80s was a terrible time for that.
But I do like the philosophy.
Yeah,
like the Bruce Lees of it, which who some people credit as the godfather of MMA, right?
I mean, in Hollywood, Bruce Lee is very Hollywood.
Very Hollywood, but he was one of the first people who mixed different. But he did mix kung fu philosophy with real actual fighting.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember that for me was like really important. Like, okay, their fancy Power Ranger moves don't work in real life. Like, we know this
right
now.
Right. And I think we credit a lot of it to the UFC for putting a lot of that.
We got better at fighting, but we lost all the heart.
I don't think so. I think the heart was all woo woo bullshit. That was this romantic idea of the little guy who knows all these special moves and could.
I think
that was all woo woo nonsense.
I think that's how they sold it, but the woo nonsense was like the philosophy of it is like what we would call sportsmanship. Right?
I mean, I disagree. I think that martial arts, all of it, martial arts was developed for one reason, right? Usually it was military. Like it was different militaries in different parts of the world. That was their fighting style, developed to, you know, essentially to fight. The whole mysticism and the groundedness and the balance and all that. That was a lot of fucking be like Waddle. That's all Hollywood to me. Because when you actually apply it to the real thing, you realize like the UFC is like, oh, that's all nonsense. Like none of that. You could be as grounded and as mystical, and you have the best chi in the world, and that boxer's still gonna knock you the hell out.
That's okay.
You know what I mean?
I'd rather be knocked out by a boxer with my honor intact than by being an asshole.
I mean, that's the romantic
Is it the romantic thing, or are you just glorifying winning? In which case, justifying cheating?
Well, no.
Because that's my issue with what we have right now. Is that we've glorified the concept of winning, not how we win,
right?
Just that we won.
No.
Right, and that is what this gets.
The problem with martial arts, which I think it's a problem with just fighting, I think. And I've done martial arts in my life, thankfully.
But this problem, I think, extends to what we were talking about before in gaming. If you only care about winning...
No, I don't care about winning. I care about real, like we said. You said real reality of it. Like fighting, like jiu-jitsu is a skill, right? As much as you think that, you know, there's always that guy, like, when I see red, I get into a bar fight and I win, right? But at the same time...
You can be real and not an asshole, though.
No, I'm not saying be an asshole. I'm saying... we're not talking about the same thing. We're saying is that martial arts... It's a realistic skill that you develop. Yeah. Okay. The whole mystic thing, like weight classes matter. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Size does matter, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. Skill does, but when skill gets very close, size does matter. That's why there is weight classes. You know, as grounded and as much of a traditional warrior as you are, you know, that doesn't help you if your skills are not up to par.
I think we are talking about two different things.
Two different things.
That's not a concern of me. Like, you're talking about whether or not you're fighting good, fight good.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm not gonna argue on that. Fight good. Yeah, fight good. Don't be an effective fighter.
Right.
But that's not my issue with with it.
Right.
You I feel like you threw out the baby with the bathwater. Like, okay, their fighting is not effective. I get that.
Right.
But we have the whole culture of being an asshole, of winning and only winning mattering. In which case, if that's the only thing that matters in our culture, why not cheat?
Well, why not
take PEDs if I can't get caught?
Well, they do have that. Funny that you say that, because they're actually coming up with the enhanced Olympics, where you could just take all the PEDs. Why not? Right? Just take PEDs and come in the Olympics.
That has no interest to me. Yeah, go ahead, do it.
Right.
I think there's. I wouldn't consider that a sport. I would consider that entertainment.
Right. Well, see, to me, the sport should be, one, don't cheat. Like, we want to see how good can you get without cheating. That's the best.
I think the game...
And I think martial arts, essentially, aside from listen, if you're using martial arts as Tai Chi or any of the ones that are more spiritually based, that's one thing. But I'm talking about the combat-based martial arts, which a lot of them framed themselves to be during the 90s and and then we found a lot of them were just like woo-woo bullshit. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the combat-based ones, your Muay Thais, your your boxings, your wrestling, all that stuff. You don't want to cheat in those. You really want to see how good. The interesting part of that is how good can somebody get? Like, what is the peak of human excellence?
That would be great if they wasn't already overloaded with all this bullshit of bad character, and only caring about winning, of me being the best. This is. I thought about this forever because I'm much more detached from sports, from everyday sports from you. Not because I don't like it, but because I find the people who work in that and do that, and there's a big difference between what I see in the ring, the big rings, versus when I was doing Muay Thai and I worked with and I would go to smaller fights, like regional fights, like people coming up. It's so much more genuine, and then for some reason they make it big, and they've lost their character. They lost their ability to be a decent human being.
Yeah, I think that's it. They're playing at that point.
I don't think
you need to look behind the curtain. I don't think it's.
I think that's a cop out. I think that's a cop out. You're a role model. You represent something more than just winning and being an asshole, and you should take responsibility for that. That's my take. I
guess my take would be like I see past that because I've only met one.
I don't think you see past it. I think you make excuses for it. I think I think you're okay with the asshole, and I think
because I know it's fake.
And no,
it's not a real asshole.
I think you're okay with them being an asshole because you're an asshole and you relate to it.
No.
I think that's a big part of why it continues to grow, because a lot of people are assholes and like to see other assholes win, and they. 2 seconds, like not even 2 seconds ago, last episode, you're like, hey, I'm trolling him. It's the troll mentality. There's no honor in being a troll, man. There's no honor in being a troll. There's humor in it, right? You troll me, I troll you. That's funny. Yeah. That's fine. When you're in a public venue, you're putting yourself out there to the world. You shouldn't be a troll. You should be a fucking beacon.
No more.
This is not alcoholic. This is not alcoholic.
We're cutting them off right now.
There is a little bit. No, I get this pushback all the time because I come off as the goody two shoes.
Yeah.
I've always gotten that fucking pushback. I'm the goody two shoes. You're Wolverine, I'm Cyclops. Everybody fucking hates Cyclops. Fuck you. Fuck you. Seriously. Fuck you. Shouldn't we, as people, want to be better? Why are we excusing this fucking shitty ass behavior? We do it constantly, and then we elect one to fucking be president. And we're surprised?
Because that's not real life.
The president's not real life?
No. I'm saying
because if we accept it,
the characters that you're seeing in prize fight
I think that's
in the
a
UFC
lie.
are not real characters.
I think that's a lie.
They're as real as they are in the UFC.
You would be
that's like saying the Iron Sheik was real. Like what an asshole the Iron Sheik was.
No. The
Iron Sheik is a magnificent character.
I think you're bullshitting me. I think that's bullshit. I think you're bullshitting me and lying to yourself because it helps you sleep at night.
No, but you know that the characters of wrestling are fake, right?
Yeah, but we're not talking about wrestling. We're talking about sportsmen. We're talking about people who actually do sports. If I was talking about a TV show, let the TV show be a TV show. Well, we're talking about people
combat
who
sports then, specifically, right? Because I don't know about the characters in
or
others.
any sport where you see this dynamic of the idolization of assholeship.
No, I mean my opinion changes in terms of the assholeness when it comes to the assholeness in say basketball teams or in prize fighting.
You know what's funny?
Because in prize fighting, you have to create the drama. People will not watch without you creating the drama. Like it's part of the whole promotion thing about fighting. Like you have to promote the fight, you have to build. That's the whole Don King thing for years. Boxing sold because boxing has been around forever. Boxing in its heyday, when it was most famous, it had the personalities, your Muhammad Ali's, but they built storylines. They built like when you look at like stories about Muhammad Ali, the character Muhammad Ali did in promoting a fight, he would separate and you'd be like, I was promoting the fight.
You can explain it away any way you want,
right?
But you're bending yourself backwards to excuse inexcusable behavior. And the promotion, not just inexcusable behavior, but the promotion and adoration of inexcusable behavior. We're elevating it,
right? But
even
if I'm equating it to a character in a movie, it's not real. So I don't see it as real.
But the
They're playing a character.
But the villain in a movie is very clearly a villain. He's not coded as being a hero. He's not put on Wheaties boxes. He's not elevated to a hero-like status. If you win, even if you're the heel...
But sometimes the anti-hero is, like Stone Cold Steve Austin was an anti-hero. He was elevated to the hero status.
Stop using WWE. Like, that's not a good example because that's already an exception. That's Hollywood.
But what I'm saying is you're missing the point where the WWE and the UFC are very close. It's the same game. The only difference is that one, they're actually punching each other. The other one, they're faking.
No,
but the promotion aspect is the same. The way they tell their stories, the way they develop heels.
One is an actual sport, and the other one is a drama. And in a drama...
But there's drama in sport.
There's a drama in real life. That's not a good argument. I want people to stop glorifying shittiness. Because kids are growing up saying being shitty is the way to succeed. Yes or no? Am I wrong about that? It's fucking all over the place.
Okay.
And we're okay with that being part of our most popular media. That is not like...
I mean, the UFC is not popular media. That's still pretty fringe.
I wouldn't say it's fringe.
I mean, now it's more popular, but it was fringe for the majority.
Maybe 15 years ago when Gen Z was born, not now.
Listen,
not now.
To me, that's recently.
It's not recent, man. It's not recent. I remember when I was there, and maybe you had more of a point there, but we're not there anymore.
But they were doing that then.
That's fine. Okay,
you know what I mean?
You got to make it big, but at a certain point, you got to grow up. At a certain point, when do we grow up? As men, as sportsmen, as older. I want to see men grow up, and I'm tired of fucking seeing boys grow up to be 50 years old and still act like these fucking children.
But
and then you have the gall to be like, well, cheating is like, it's all connected. It's all part of the same bullshit, man. We gotta fucking be better as men. And I don't think that's a fucking controversial fucking thing. Okay, fine, I'm a fucking goody two-shoes Captain America bullshit. But don't we want a better fucking society?
I like how you're arguing with somebody from your past who called you a goody two-shoes. You're like, listen, guy from the 7th grade. All right, who's talking about Cyclops?
Actually, this happened online. Somebody called me a paragon or something. And people have always, I've always had that pushback from people who are like, he thinks he's too good. I'm like, no, I don't think I'm too good. I think we can do better. And I want us to do better. Why shouldn't we want us to do better? And why shouldn't that be reflected in the things that are like, we say, your peak as a human being? Okay, Lance Armstrong was a cheater. And we hate him for being a cheater. But he was a huge fucking dick, too. He didn't get shit for being a dick. He only had one nut. But he didn't get shit for being a dick. He only got a shit for cheating. And then we're wondering why he cheated? He got the prizes for being a dick. We celebrated him for being a dick as long as he won. And we're okay with that. As long as you win, you get to be a dick. That's not okay.
Yeah, or it could be.
You can or me all you fucking want. Stop making excuses for shitty behavior.
Well, listen,
okay?
I'm not talking about Lance Armstrong, but anyway, that's cycling. That's also a different thing than the characters.
Everybody loves to make an excuse. Just be better. Why is that such a fucking...
Well,
why can't we just be better?
Have to be positive?
Huh?
Art doesn't all have to be positive.
Now sports are art.
No, but
now sports are art.
The drama of it is art. Yeah.
Okay, so cheating is an art. Gen Z, keep on cheating. No. It's an art. It's an art. Why not?
Because
cheating is an art.
Drama is an art. There's drama.
Cheating is drama, so it's an art.
Okay. I mean, but not all. It doesn't all have to be positive, right? Art doesn't all have to be positive.
Yeah. So cheating is not positive. So cheating's okay. You just made the case that we should continue on cheating because it's art.
Well, cheating is a different thing because cheating.
Oh, so now it's different because now you don't like it
because it breaks the rules. There's rules. There's established rules. Drama doesn't break rules. You know what I mean? We're setting parameters in a rule set.
What's that lady who clocked the other lady's ankle with a crowbar?
Oh,
Nancy Kerrigan or
Nancy
something?
Kerrigan?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a lot of drama. That's the only time.
Cheating and crime is like there's levels to things, right? That breaking the rules of the thing that you're doing, but operating within those rules. I think that there's the way that the UFC got popular, like they were pretty fringe through the 90s, through the Gracie era, through the 2000s. It wasn't until they got into the Ultimate Fighter, that show that, I don't know if you remember, it was on Spike TV, the old...
Oh, I hated Spike TV with the passion.
All right, so it was on Spike. It blew up after the Ultimate Fighter, and the Ultimate Fighter was a reality TV show where they were competing to find the best, up-and-coming MMA star.
Look, I wish you would just admit that you like shitty people. Because that's the truth. You just like shitty people.
I don't like shitty people.
You do. You watch them all the time. You like the reality TV show. Just admit that you like shitty people because at the end of the day, that's more honest than you making excuses for shitty behavior and the celebration of shitty behavior. That's it. And if that makes me a fucking goody two-shoes paragon, whatever, then make it. But don't don't sell me on bullshit because you just like shitty. Like I've been watching Dexter. There's a serial killer. He's very likable, right? Okay, but he's not elevated to being like even there. He's killing bad guys, but he's still bad himself. He's not coded as a hero. Like if you can't, and we already know people can't distinguish between reality and fake shit all the time, especially in our media.
Okay.
You thought the Jersey Shore was real. It was never real.
I never said
And
they
you
were real.
thought
I said it was entertaining. It was awesome. It was awesome to see stupid people do stupid things. Okay, because I was laughing at them, not with them.
And then you know what happened? People are like, it's good to be stupid. Stupid gets me attention and money. Stupid means I'm winning. And then what ended up happening? People became stupider. Tell me people didn't become stupider after the Jersey Shore. That the general IQ of the human population of the Jersey Shore of people from Jersey didn't drop a few IQ points.
First of all, I don't think intellectuals were ever watching the Jersey Shore, and I think that the smart people that did watch the Jersey Shore, if any,
now you're gonna use the what is it, the selection bias defense?
No. I don't think anything. I don't think reality. I think that only affects the people that were gonna.
Let me put it this way: do you think your son can tell the difference between what he's seeing on a UFC fight being fake and reality?
Right now, or in 5 years?
Right now, or in 5 years? He's only like 3, 4.
Yeah, right. Like my daughter can already, and she's 7. She could already tell scary movies are fake, and that.
I don't think she can tell UFC is fake.
Not fake.
Oh, so it is real.
Right.
Okay.
In terms of like the punching of it,
right,
or the character development of it.
You think she can tell that the characters of UFC are fake?
Well,
because they're getting really punched and they're really bleeding and they're getting really celebrated.
Right.
So,
I mean, she doesn't watch the UFC,
but she's gonna walk away thinking that's fake.
No, I mean, not that is fake. But you're saying about when they're doing interviews, if the interviews are fake. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Right. I mean,
so your son can't identify it now. Your daughter wouldn't be able to identify it now.
She does. She asks questions. She does. I think she does. Like, Daddy, why is he saying it like that? Is he being mean on purpose? Is he
and
actually?
Do you think
mean?
every child asks their parents those questions?
I think so. Yeah. I think the kids are. I think they do.
You watch everything. You don't monitor everything your children's do.
I mean,
you try to, but you can't watch everything.
No, but I think that most kids they'll ask.
I grew up with you. I know they can't. Don't bullshit me. You know you can't. I grew up with you, Gabriela. He had a cable box in his room, okay? And if you press the code a certain time...
Erroneous! Erroneous on all accounts!
Okay? When you're trying to watch the porn channel, look, these are not even like... these are not like come with a warning for children or anything. Like, don't watch it's celebrated. It's like, let's get together and watch it as a family, right? And then a kid might ask...
I don't think it's
I don't know. I've
celebrated.
been to a ton of fucking like cookouts where people are watching sporting events, shit like that.
Yeah.
With the interviews beforehand, after the kids are running around and the adults are not paying attention, and it's just part of the culture. So what do you think? What message do you think these kids are getting? And why are you making excuses for them? Why are you making excuses for it when you know?
I think you're assuming that people are too stupid to look behind the curtain.
Why do you think?
You're under the assumption that they're too stupid to see it. Like it's going to affect them. They're too stupid to understand the nuances.
People or your children?
People and children both. That's
So-
your
so- so you're-
that's your argument.
so
Your
you're-
argument is that
so
they
you're
need to be better because people are too stupid to realize that it's not a show. They're not trying to put on a character. So they're going to think it's real. They're going to celebrate it for real.
I'm 40 years
and they're
old,
stupid.
and I didn't know that they were putting on a character. Let me put it that way.
You know that they're putting on a
No,
character.
I didn't.
You can look back at Muhammad Ali, the interviews. You can look back at the 80s. You can look back at all the prime times of fighting and prize fighting. They've all talked about it.
I've seen Muhammad Ali talk, and I have problems with the way he talked. It evolved, and it came from a place of, for me, it became a place of political activism. He's coming out as rejecting his name, going as Muhammad. That wasn't fake. Nothing was fake about him changing his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad.
Oh, but
that was a completely political move.
I'm talking about like staying outside of the house of George Foreman and fucking keeping him up at all hours of the night, or showing up and trying to fight Sonny Liston, and Sonny Liston took out a gun on him at the casino, like things like that. Like,
I don't
no,
know,
I'm not talking about.
I don't know too much of the details of that stuff,
Right.
but there's also an element of that sounds like stuff I would do with my boys, right? And they just became popular, became all that stuff. But I want to wind this down.
Okay.
Because I keep thinking that you're making excuses.
Okay.
And I'm never going to get you to agree with this.
Okay.
Because I think you're just okay with shitty people, shittiness. There is no real... People have a problem distinguishing reality all the time.
Okay.
That's not a controversial statement. People can't distinguish between reality and fakeness all the time. And it's only getting harder. And those shows or those combat sports are designed to be as genuine as possible. I mean, the fights are genuine, and then you're suddenly telling me that, oh no, everything else is fake, and I'm supposed to just take it as that.
That's a big. So
And then I have to accept the culture that takes that character and elevates them. If you would have a problem, even if this was a dramatic character from a TV show, and he was if Hitler was this is a bad fucking example because I'm evoking Hitler, but if Hitler was a TV character, murdered people, fucking narcissist, but was elevated to like, hey, this is a really great villain, and people started dressing up like him, I'd have problems with that. I would have real problems with that. And that's a fake fucking in that alternate universe.
I mean, there's people that dress up like the Joker, for Halloween.
Yeah, those people have fucking problems.
Those
people have real fucking problems. That's a whole different conversation of psychotic people who dress up as a Joker. But to wrap it up, like, put on a condom. That's it. To wrap it up, put on a condom when you're watching media.
I'm gonna wrap up my thing. I think there's a time and place to this. Like at least when combat fighting,
stop making excuses.
They'll frequently afterwards like, hey, no, we were just trying to sell the fight, and then they'll dab it out afterwards and hug it out after the fight because they both knew that they were purposely trying to sell the fight. There are some guys like, well, you can't sell the fight. Not with me. You don't play like that. You don't talk about that. And there's certain things that they'll get offended about when they're trying to sell the fight.
I think we're okay copping out when it's something we like. And we'll never accept it. We'll never take responsibility. And then cheating and bullshit will happen. And then we're going to act like we're surprised, like it happened. I'm not surprised that cheating is happening. We're okay with it.
On that note,
I'm very passionate about this. This shit pisses me off. But on that note, I guess I outed myself as a goody two shoes.
All right, Cyclops here is a Paragon.
You're the one who named your son Logan.
Been brought to you by Paragon Honda.
Paragon Honda. That sounds like a real thing.
It is a real thing.
Is it?
I shouldn't say that.
Paragon Honda's a real thing?
Yeah, exit.
Learning Curve Podcast.